it's something we all use on a daily basis, and we probably don't even realize it. We're talking about body language, and it is so important. The federal government is spending hundreds of thousands of your money to study it. News 5's Greg Grando has what the Pentagon is looking for and how understanding this unspoken language can translate into your everyday life.
The Pentagon has been looking at body language for years. Multiple contracts worth big money, including a $300,000 contract specifically on Vladimir Putin. That's a lot of money, but body language expert Traci says it's not all that surprising considering what you can learn.
You can look for how they feel about a certain topic, truly. You can look to see if they're lying, if they're just flat out not telling the truth.
And she says if you can catch it, it puts you a step ahead.
It's one thing to understand where they are in a certain period of time. It's a whole other thing to be able to predict what might happen. And that's one of the things that the Pentagon is spending all this money on.
But she says Putin and his culturally stoic ways can be extremely difficult to read. Brown says he doesn't show any emotion and certainly doesn't show his cards. But that doesn't mean the efforts are worthless.
To ignore that, you ignore a huge portion of the message that's really being sent.
The same is true in our everyday lives, which is why the feds aren't the only ones calling in the pros.
And I know more and more employers are hiring people like me, hiring body language experts to come in and train their staff on, hey, what to look for.
Hi, Paul. I'm Marion.
Oh, Marion, thank you for coming by.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
We set up a mock interview to show the good and bad. Paul, the employer, Marion wanting a job,
Correct.
while Brown and I sat back to critique. We watched everything from smiles and good eye contact to hand movements and possibly most important, the connection built between the two.
What your concerns are.
They're doing a really good job of establishing unconscious rapport. You see how she's gently following Paul. If he extends his hand, she'll extend her hand.
Brown says if you can do it well, your body language can do a lot more than just make you look good.
The most fun and the most useful is to be able to guide and direct whoever's across from you, to be able to persuade and influence, and you can do that through body language.
But it can also work against you. For that, I stepped in, and it didn't take long for red flags to pop out.
See, he's wringing his hands a little bit, looking around like he's a little bit distracted, and actually he's rubbed his hand up and down his thigh. That's a way to pacify yourself, like if you're a little bit nervous.
So what's the most important and telling part about body language? We wanted to know what you think, so we hit the streets to ask people about another area body language is critical to, dating.
Eyes, definitely eyes.
Arms crossed. I would do eye contact.
I feel like the arms crossed is the big one.
And they'll just, I think just look like that.
All good guesses, but Brown says they're wrong. The answer, well, it might surprise you.
Our feet are the part of us that we are least in control of, and they are the most telling of how we're feeling. So if someone's standing at a party facing you, but has one foot facing the door, where do you think they want to go? Out the door.
Really? No, I did not hear that. That's interesting. I'm going to have to watch what my feet are doing if I'm disgusted with somebody.
Really? Ah, where they're pointed is what we're interested in? Guys.
So be thinking about your body language. The Pentagon sure is, and that includes everything from your head to those ever so important feet. I'm Greg Grando, News 5.
Interesting stuff. All right, if you want to know more about body language, we have a comprehensive list of all the do's and don'ts posted on our website, KOAA.com. Just search the keywords body language.